on YouTube for our Point Load Media Morning Huddle?
Share screen. Yeah, I want to share the screen.
One more with baby. One more pinky.
Huddle.
All done.
Oh, it's.
Oh, I got the notification on my phone. Point Load Media. Watch live now.
Okay.
Okay, we're live then, folks.
We're live.
I don't know
no
which
one.
I don't know which one to look at. I gotta look over here if people. I don't know if anybody's gonna come in. This will be hilarious.
I feel like on our first.
Like if Jenna, can you try and go in and look at it on your?
That's what I'm doing.
Like,
yeah.
is this just we're just like legit streaming to the world? Nice. Wow. So I want to look here, I guess, right? Or maybe I can just maybe I just do this.
I don't know. What?
Oh yeah, okay. I'll view you guys through the live stream, so I'm not actually on Slack. I'm like, this is gonna get confusing.
Go. Okay, I'm posting it to my story. This is. Yeah, it's posted.
Anyone who started watching with us is now like, hey, this is boring.
Yeah.
I'm turning it off.
That's okay. We're figuring this out.
Oh yeah, morning live. There we go. Live chat. Oh, Jenny July's on there. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to go through any of the late night branding stuff I sent over. Some of it's good. Some of it needs a little work. But the amount of time it honestly takes to work through that and make the changes and like.
Yeah, can we, where it's at, can we send it to either Jenna or Lisa with, I don't know, Adobe or Canva? Or
yeah, I think so. Like it's pretty, I think it's workable right now.
Versus like constantly going in with whatchamagooch.
Don't know what that is, but
it's called it's whatchamagooch, bud.
Whatchamagooch. So, but yeah, email signatures are up. I've added mine already, and then I gave the second revision of the PN and PLM sheet, but I was looking at it this morning with like fresh eyes. Like it has a couple edits it needs.
So one of the things where was that? You emailed that, right?
I sent that to you and Dave on Slack, the PLM and PN.
Oh, it was on Slack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is this the branding?
No, this is the
Sponsorship package?
Yeah, PLM and PN. It's like the one pager.
Yeah.
Show you. So this is
Ian, if you're looking it up on your computer, does that mean that whoever you're screen sharing with right now can also see the details of our sponsorship package?
Yeah. Do we want to hide that?
I don't know.
I don't know yet. There's only two people and it's me and Jenna, so.
No, but it stays. It stays on.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. I honestly don't know what happened to the, I don't even know how to do this right now. This is confusing. Okay, I won't screen share it then. Boy, where's my, I can't even see it anymore. What I was going to say is my sort of immediate feedback is make sure, because in the top one, yeah, like in the top box, we got project network is here and point loads here. And then it's reversed in the bottom one. I feel like we should stack the brands.
Yeah, agreed. You know what? I haven't gone through this, and as much as Michael's like really thriving with like developing this whole package and like it's taking up so much time, and we're really lucky that he's doing it. I can go through this with a fine-tooth comb, and just because of my background, I feel confident that I can like little things like that catch, because I've caught that with like even tenses that close switches and yada yada yada. So I think before you send it to the boys, let me go through it and just like criticize it, pull it apart, and then we'll really give you something like a more finished.
Yeah, love it.
product. And same with the branding for PLM. It's like, I don't know about you guys, but when Michael's sending like all these massive files and documents and being like, look, and then they change, I'm like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed by it in my inbox. I like just getting notified thinking it's something pressing. And then like, I'm like, okay, well, you're still working on it. So we're all working on it, our own things. So like, maybe just like, let's just wait till it's like 99%.
Tell me you don't want me to spam the chat with all my updates?
Yeah.
No, spam
Guys, this is what happens. This is, look at when I'm doing late night projects, this is what you get. You get spammed.
Make sure your notifications are turned off.
Guys, we have a third. I don't know if it's one of us. We have a third. Someone else has tuned in.
Really?
So
What is it? I don't know how to see.
Maybe we should also say like for anyone.
Oh, it says chat's disabled. Why is the chat disabled? I thought I enabled it. I don't know how to. I don't know what I'm doing here. Who's the person? Can you like see who it is?
I don't think the chat's disabled. I just
can you chat?
Posted a comment.
My thing says chat is disabled for this live stream.
Oh, maybe it's the chat's disabled, but we're still live streaming.
I don't know.
We're new. For anyone who's out there watching us, joining us, welcome to our team huddles. Essentially, PLM meets every morning, either 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
Depending on the day.
And we have a huddle. We have a team huddle, and we thought this would be kind of fun for you guys to just join along and see us build a billion-dollar company together. Companies, I should say. We got a couple startups.
Couple billion-dollar companies here.
Starting up.
I think the best thing would be if I could like figure out what I'm doing. That'd be super.
Yeah, that's.
I don't understand. It says that the live stream is disabled, or not the live stream.
This is
just chat.
We got. I don't know what 25 XP means, but we got experience points. This is a video game.
Somebody.
Jenna, can you?
There's only two people now. Somebody just left. Somebody came in and was like, "These guys are retarded." I just did another video, Mike, and tagged you, but added the actual link.
You want more?
But added the actual what?
Link.
Oh, link. That's a good move. That's a repost it to your story.
Okay. So when people see it, they can just like click the link.
Yeah.
We're gonna get. Oh, now there's only one person. One of you left. How do I do anything here? I don't understand.
Remember that time when I was like, maybe we should look at this first?
No, I don't remember that at all.
Okay. That's fine then.
Okay, whatever. We won't worry about it. We should like talk about actual stuff.
Yeah.
If people join, they can join. And if not, whatever. We'll figure this out. It's more just a chat. Like one of the ideas here was to have people be able to say stuff.
Get people's feedback.
Yeah. I'm just
okay. I don't okay, let's talk to Jenna. Jenna, where are you at with that like credit end scene for PN?
Honestly, I've been just trying to put together the house tour because it's a lot longer than I anticipated. Editing
that's also what I assumed. So I wanted you to unpack that for us. Tell us what you're thinking. What are you going through?
Yeah, so basically unedited, I had about like 3.5 hours worth of footage to sort through, and I've got it down to the hour mark, and I've cut out a lot, but it's still sitting at an hour. So I need to like really, today is like me sitting down and like trying to cut it down, because I don't think an hour, this is me personally, I don't know if you guys are down for an hour works, but I don't think an hour walkthrough is like what we were aiming for. It was around like 30 minutes.
I'm okay with an hour. Like, I guess we want to get it as tight as possible, but if that's what it is, like in my mind, those walkthroughs were going to be 45 to an hour.
Okay.
I think of the bit like, yeah, no, I mean, that's what the Johnny one was. Like, I think of when we walk through like Larkfield or Oakwood. I guess I shouldn't use the street names on this live streaming. Whatever. Like those are, it's going to take an hour to really dive into details and kind of showcase things.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if it's like long format, I personally am like as long as it's between 8 minutes and up, not between, as long as it's 8 minutes and up, I feel like if there's a tour and, from my point of view, like if that was a very interesting house.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that full walkthrough. For someone like me, they might enjoy that length. Someone might not, but I think as long as the content is tight and just showcasing the build and like giving people a real experience of that walkthrough.
Okay. So then I have to tighten this up just because I've cut out all the nonsense and now I got to put the B-roll over it or in it, in between it. And then it should be good to look at. I'm hoping this doesn't take super long. And then once I'm done that, I'll get you guys to review. And while you guys are reviewing, I'll work on the project network logo.
Cool. And if you don't get to it today, don't worry about it. I had a feeling like when I read your message this morning on Slack that the walkthrough was all consuming.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, it took up my whole day yesterday, and it's still like, yeah.
We're gonna have to start like building in sunshine for Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Get us okay, Tamagotchi. It's time to get a little fresh air.
Time to go outside.
Yeah.
Touch some grass.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's probably good news then that Ian's like, okay, no, an hour's fine. If you think that there's fluff that for the sake of fluff, cut it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's valuable, keep it at the hour time frame. And then you're adding the B-roll today, captions. Is there room for lower thirds in this particular video? Are we good?
Yeah.
Art?
Oh, also, on that note, what are we titling this series? Because like I'm like, you know how I did the JLC live, like that cool little like transition where it said JLC live. I want to do something similar to this just because I think it would look really cool, but I don't know what to put in the text. Like, are we naming this series like walking through with people's houses or no?
Yeah, I like that idea. That's something house tour related.
Yeah.
House. No.
We call them walkthroughs. Could it just be walkthroughs, or is that not universally understood as like a walkthrough?
Yeah, true.
A house walkthrough, a builder's walkthrough. It just can't be too long. I don't think adding in a builder's walkthrough is like too wordy. Whereas like walkthroughs.
Maybe just like house tours, walkthroughs. Something that involves the branding.
The issue with tours is that to me, it creates, I think that they're finished houses because people actually do house tours with finished houses, like decorative. There's like Christmas house tours and Halloween house tours. Whereas what you're doing is not a tour. You are showcasing a build in the process at various different stages, like depending on the house you're showcasing, and you're walking through I think just with walkthroughs.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do even better and come up with a different term that we sort of lean into and own that really differentiates around, like pulls it away from walkthrough tours for sure. Like let's take that away because that's sort of like, I think like real estate tour. I'd love to find something that describes the fact that we are showcasing craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
And it can be, so the titles can always have whatever that is in it. And then it's like for any given house, like this one will be finished stage, but then some of them will be like rough-ins or during construction or whatever. And then they'll be
like consistent. I see what you're saying. It's like consistent brand messaging about like what we come up with, but then just work in the different stages. Yeah, I like that. We'll work through a name. Maybe what was it that you said, Ian? You had an idea in there?
I didn't have an idea.
I'll just say it, not walk through or tour. Okay, that's great. Today, our first official Point Load sponsor post is going live, and we won't mention brands yet, but it's going to go live on my page.
Yes.
Sponsor number 1. It's a big goal. We got someone we're adding to the payroll, baby.
Yeah.
Who are we adding to the payroll?
We'll talk about that off. Well, no, we're adding money to to the bank, I should say.
Oh,
Not to the
we're adding
family.
revenue. Yeah. Okay.
You're right. You're
I
right.
was like, we're not adding any. We didn't hire anybody. What are you doing? Talking about?
No.
Money in the bank.
Shorty, what you drank?
That's great, guys. That's exciting that you landed your first PLM brand sponsor.
That's
So
not we.
this
It's
one
the big
is,
dog here. LCEO.
LCEO. This is the media kit. So
Nice.
But it's a big brand that I could see evolving with us. So exciting stuff.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Holmes.
I
That's
love
huge.
it.
Yeah.
We're making it to another day.
and we pulled trigger on the podcast equipment last night.
Nice. So
we're
they're going to
gonna
be more professional.
Yeah, we're gonna get more legit. I think it came out to pretty pricey, like $3,400.
Whatever. It is what it is. Go big or go
Yeah.
home.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, now we just need to start seeing a ROI.
Okay, so we need to get to 8 podcast subscribers by September.
We're over 8. We got like, here, check it out.
I know.
Check it out. We are at. It's taking a second to load. Lisa, did you get your computer set up?
Okay, that's hilarious that you asked that because I was just about to dive in. I'm behind on my podcast editing because the amount of time it took me to set up my computer yesterday was bonkers.
There were some roadblocks.
Obstacles. And like some of them is like the passwords. Like I was like, what password am I using? And then like I know I slid into both of your DMs, like you and Jenna's, being like even like Premiere Pro. Somehow I had it on my phone, but I didn't have it on my computer, but I thought I had it on my computer but I was actually using Michael's computer that whole time and he has a login. So it's like all the work I've been doing thus far has been on Michael's computer and it's not on my own like accounts.
Yeah.
So that kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop trying to migrate things and not lose anything important. So anyways, was up till like 11 o'clock last night, just transferring the most recent podcast you guys shot and started editing the work-life balance one from Ian's perspective. And, but I have not edited it. It's like, that's on my list of things to do today so that I can get that live because it's Thursday and we post new apps every Thursday.
Right.
But on that note of work-life balance, you have 2 podcasts titled that. And one is quite broadly work-life balance as like a broader term is discussed, but you really didn't get into like nitty-gritty.
Are you talking about the first one we did?
The first one.
Yeah, that was more like fitness and health and wellness, I think.
Those 2 guys being dudes, you know?
Like,
Yeah.
you gotta pump the guns.
There wasn't any like heavy hitter points about work-life balance and how like it didn't get like controversial. There wasn't anything because everyone's like preaching work-life balance. And I find that you really dug into that in the second one about like, what does that actually mean? And like, is it BS?
Yeah.
And then, so that title makes more sense for the second one. I'm calling it Ian's perspective. But what do you want me to retitle the first one? Because that title inevitably has to change across every platform, every streaming platform.
I think health and
Maybe
wellness
just
and
like-
trades.
I was gonna say something like
Or a variation
Okay.
of that. But yeah.
Okay.
When I think of what we
'Cause I
talked about, that's what it was like being in the trades, being a contractor, being busy. How do you make time for health and wellness?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because there is a podcast where I really want to dive in on health and wellness and like injury prevention, or like you're an ultra marathon runner and a tradesman. I actually just started following someone who is an Ironman and a tradesman.
Oh yeah, I saw you.
You
Yeah.
are a gym rat and a trade. So it's like the 2
Gym
industries, there's a ton of overlap. And so I really want to unpack that deeper. So I'll come up with even a broader title for the first one. You like, maybe it's like Michael's gym, like, cause we're filming in Michael's gym.
Yeah.
And it's like very vague. There's like, you don't really unpack anything. You're just shooting whereas like, I would love to dive deeper into like how a tradesman can like injury prevention. Like, what's your philosophy on that?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, well, I have a list on Mila Note of some ideas on how we can unpack that deeper. So yeah, I was thinking, Michael's gym. We'll keep it like pretty broad and vague.
Yes, I love that. Our two, so on podcasts, oh, Jenny's back.
Oh,
Our
sorry.
our podcast episodes. So our two of our top three, so 1 and 3, most popular are the Johnny Hurahan ones. So shout out to Johnny.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Big Johnny.
Big Johnny. The last one in the first week had 4 times more views, 3 times more views than the second place one. So
Wow.
That's fantastic. And what was that one when we posted?
It was the Johnny one, the Johnny walkthrough. So it is at it's in 3rd place all time, and it's only been up for a week.
Wow.
That's great. So that shows we're getting more numbers.
I think that shows a lot about like approach, because now you have Jenna on board as like videographer. Also, it was in person versus the first one, which was like virtual.
Yeah.
So it's just showing like, okay, what's working. And then you also had a promotional advantage, because now you have a page on Instagram also helping you promote on across all of our socials. So
I was going to say, it's only been within like the last couple of weeks that we even started kind of revving this engine and promoting. Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like I wouldn't look at that and go, oh, that's the magic stuff. To me, that's proof that the promoing is working. Like we're reaching a bigger audience now, for sure. On podcasts, actually, here, so I'll jump into this one first. This thing behind me.
You finally used it.
I know. So I was ChatGPTing and I was like, so thinking about sort of my positioning, right? Like Lisa, we've been talking about this a lot. I think I'm like honing in on defining it a little bit more. And I'd love to be the guy that helps contractors achieve their dreams. So sort of broadly. So how to start and run a contracting company that you turn into a business, right? Getting out of the trap of being a small business owner, like we touched on the podcast, where like it is not less work. Like, how do you go from that to owning a business that you can eventually step away from or sell or something like that? Like, take it a bunch of notches down from like the big dogs on Instagram. You're like Cardone and Martel, and those guys are like, oh, we're doing $100 million in business. And it's like, okay, that's fantastic. But like, so few people are going to hit that. Like, let's talk about the 90% of businesses that are like, I've got 5 employees, I've got 10 employees. How do I make that run? And so that I can go on vacation and spend time with my kids.
And I love that. I love that, because you had that real world experience of building that with hummingbirds.
Yeah. And I don't have real world experience in, like, I haven't built $100 million company yet. But even that is not going to be in construction, right? Like I don't have a contracting firm that has 200 employees, and it's like no, I don't want to do that. Like, that's not my world. But like, we got Hummingbird to a spot where like we don't have to do a whole lot anymore, right? Like between me and Aaron, it's like
you're managing. You surrounded yourself with good people.
It's a business.
And they make sure
like we can step away. A-Dog can peace out down to Costa Rica for a month every year, and like nothing happens. It's like, rock and roll. But so in that vein, I was ChatGPTing, and I was thinking the best approach, you guys give me your feedback, is to do a series of YouTube videos. I think primarily they'll go on the Project Network page, but then maybe collaborate with Point Load Media, so we get the cross promotion. And I came up with 12 different ones, 5 to 10 minutes long, where I'm breaking down like a thing related to that. And then from each one of those, make sure that they're punchy and clippable for Instagram.
Yeah.
You want it to live on PN's page, not PLM's page.
I think primarily on PN, because they are going to be about business, hiring, and then collaborate with PLM. Or they can live on both and they collaborate. I think we should find out about collaborations on YouTube.
Yeah, because to me, it lives on Point Load, because Point Loads are focus for the trades and like
trades, but also your character, like as a talent, like as your like personality. PN is the app, it's the product. but you're the personality. And I see your personality on PLM. I could be wrong, but that's just where my head lands, is that I actually think you're the personality of PLM, one of the many characters that we're going to have. Michael's another character. We want to recruit other people to join our network.
Yeah.
But like from that media perspective, you're the like business expert on PLM.
Okay. Yes. But let's collaborate with PN, because I want to make sure that we draw that link.
Absolutely.
So that people are like, oh, what is this? And they click in.
Well, and then on that topic, you could also, I think there's room for a second series where it's like startup app focused business.
Yeah.
Telling your story, showing to how you got where you are today and where you're going.
Yeah. Totally. Totally.
Yeah. Love this because truly, as we've like, you know, it's only been about a month that we've worked together on this, like these projects, and their evolution and like confirmation of purpose is growing. And I selfishly like where the direction's headed, because you're giving me what I want in terms of like a consumer. Do you mind helping me for 2 seconds? In terms of a consumer, just because I am like soaking up all of the Martells, Hermosi, you know, the list goes on. So I really selfishly want you to like fill that void. And especially, not only is it from a business perspective, it's a business perspective in the trades, which is such a uniquely positioned voice, because I know that they do exist. There are some big guys doing it, but not the, it comes at a price. You want to give it away for free.
Yeah.
And your lived experience is your superpower. And then not only are you as a trades voice in business specifically with a strong, heavily, you know, supporting background in it, is you're also launching an app in the trades to support other people building and growing a business. So and then like building an app is its own business of itself. So I just think you're so uniquely positioned, and I really love that you're growing like confidence into this position, where I know that at one point you were like, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The fact that you're like embracing it and getting excited about it, I think really is where the sweet, like the magic is, because we can film that because it brings you authentic joy. It's easy to capture. We're not going to be like brainstorming, like, so what should we film today? It's like, film my life. Like, I have so much to share. Let me just talk. Put the camera in front of me. Let's go. And that is evergreen content, which means that it can be relevant in 15, 20 years. It's always going to be valuable.
Yeah.
And so you're never going to expire. You're not following trends. You're being your authentic self. And I just like, that really gets me excited from like a director position where I'm like, this will be so easy for us to capture because you are in your like limelight.
Yeah. Yes.
And like a really good role. So yay.
So in terms of strategy, so the first one I was going to do is the lie about starting a construction business. So that's video one. And it's going to be the whole, like, it's going to be tough. Like, you're not going to get time back yet, right? Like you have to kind of set up the whole series. Like you need to create a good business for this to work. Otherwise you're just at a job that you own that's significantly more stressful than just having a job. So that was my idea for video one. And then, so from that, and then looking at my Instagram strategy, posting, I guess this is where, like, Lisa, I'm not sure if you've got ideas on this, but I'm like, okay, I can do like the one I did yesterday. I don't think I should do a reel for that every time. Like, I think I turned that into stories. I just want to do a reel to see if people looked at it. But literally like a dear diary, right? Like, this was my day. And like,
that's fantastic.
I think as stories, I could do that every day, right? Sometimes they'll be boring as shit, but whatever, you can watch or not.
Okay.
But then these, like, ChatGPT is like, release 2 per week. I'm like, maybe, I don't know.
Okay, can I interject without ruining your train of thought?
Yes.
Video one, love that idea, because I recently watched a reel of a construction worker making fun of himself, being like, I wanted to live out my dreams, so I quit my job and I went from making $7,000 a month to $500 a month. And it's like him in the weeds.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something that we can play off with that. And then, sorry. And then, can you help me, baby? Thank you. Sorry. We'll switch spots in a second, but this is the life of the reality of working from home with 2 small sick children.
Yeah. Are they still sick?
Oh yeah. We are not having a good night and morning. So,
Right on.
But anyways, so that's video 1. So I think that's a great approach. I think you're nailing it with that one, just because it is so relevant to a lot of tradespeople who are living out their dream of working for themselves and losing money. And let's talk about that, because it's hard, obviously. Aaron has some great examples and experience with that as well, being in the weeds.
Yeah.
And then video 2 was Dear Diary. That was video 2 that you were thinking about?
No, so 2 streams. Like the Dear Diary, I was thinking I would just do every day, as literally like just as stories, just Dear Diary. The videos I've got here,
I should have written it down when you were speaking, because I didn't want to lose my idea and because I didn't want to cut you off. But I was like, oh, I got to remember to tell him that. I really loved your Dear Diary post. I think it's popping off. It's like well edited. You cut it so well, and the hook was great. And I want to see more of that. So one of the strategies I think is that if it's easy for you to just post your story every day, what you do at the end of the day or end of the week is save all your stories, put it into a reel. Because they expire after 24 hours.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lose that process with you. If you're going to be authentic in the moment and be like, hey, I just got back. Great. Post it to your story, but save it and then compile it, throw them to me, compile it, and we post that as a reel. And we can come up with a strategy, like if you want to do it every 2 days where it turns into a reel, or once a week where we compile like all of your stories, because that was genius. And I want to see more of that.
Okay.
And Michael says we can also create a story highlight for you. Yeah, so the stories live always on your Instagram page. We can create like a little highlight.
I did a highlight thing so I'm saving all of those. I'm just calling it Building PN right now. But I've got I've got Building PN and Better Teams are my 2 highlights right now. And I'm just trying to like add stuff to them.
Okay, I like it. Let me brainstorm to see if we could do better than Building PN. Like I want to see something like, but this is just me because I'm really captivated by like $1 million builds and $1 billion businesses. Like I don't know if there could be something like Building Billions, or I don't know. And maybe it stays the way you have it.
I was thinking of renaming it Dear Diary.
That's the winner. That's good. That's the one.
Because from what I've read on this is those highlights more than anything are used to attract new followers. So when they click on, like they see you and they click on your name and then they see the highlights, and that's how they can kind of like dive in.
Yeah, to see if they like your vibe.
Yeah,
I think that's a really great idea. Rename it immediately
to Dear Diary.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Truly,
do
that was so genius. Michael was like, did you see Ian's post? And I was like, no, not yet. We were both talking, raving about it.
Dear Diary. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
There it is. Dear Diary. Renamed.
Sweet.
Okay, those videos I will put out. I'll film them, I'll edit them, just so I'm not adding more stuff to everybody's workload. Lisa, do you want to? You can then go in and take and create hooks out of them.
Yeah.
Like I'll put them up on YouTube. I can do that.
Like your stories. Like, does YouTube do stories?
No, sorry,
Like
the long, like the full video, the like 5 to 8 minute video. Like I'll film that myself. I'll edit it. I'll put it on YouTube.
Okay.
But then from that, if you can pull the clips that we'll use for
real.
For reels, yeah. So like for my account, stick them on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
I got to figure out LinkedIn. I freaking hate LinkedIn.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a meeting about LinkedIn on another call.
It's just like, it's like a different strategy. Like all the other ones, you can kind of like do similar things. LinkedIn is just different.
Yeah. And yeah, as like, I still haven't set up the, what is it called? Something cool?
Metricool.
Metricool. I haven't got there yet, just because yesterday with just like, setting up my new beautiful computer and getting organized, I just haven't got there yet, but I feel like we'll figure out LinkedIn and I can take that on. But I just want to get social dialed first. And also I need to bank more content with you because, which is why I wanted to film with you maybe next Thursday. So
yeah, we should be able to do that. My thing at 2, it doesn't start till 2 and it's digital. So
oh, great.
If we can probably like, where would you want, like, does Oakville work? Because you're going to be in the city.
I'm being Oakville because Michael's filming at the office in Mississauga. So then I could meet you at your office in Oakville.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like I'll brainstorm a few ideas, but I would love to just essentially like do like interview style, whether we're seated or if we're going for like a stroll or a walk or something, but just like part of this new, identity and brand that you're showing, the personality that you're showing up to online. I really want to dial in some of those videos so that we can film the long form content on YouTube with you giving business advice, but then tighten those for reels and drive traffic to PLM and PM.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So you choose whether you're like we could do like a studio shot would be cool. And I like the idea of it being at the Oakville office because it's good lighting. We filmed there before. We know it's a successful space.
Yeah.
And then even if we go for a walk in a neighborhood and we pick up some different content, different reels, different whatever. But yeah, like that could be our studio.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So we could probably do 10 to 1 or 9:30 to 1, like whatever time you get there, which I think is more than enough time for what we're talking about.
Yeah. And we might be able to leave earlier that day because the kids aren't in school. But I can ask for help for someone to come to my house. So then we can get out of here, maybe even earlier if possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
TBD.
Yeah. We'll make it work either way.
Yeah. Okay, wicked. That excites me because I really need to bank more content from you guys individually. And now that from Michael's perspective, Michael's content has been essentially building this house for the past year.
Yeah.
But that's winding down. So Michael and I really need to hone in on his messaging and what he's now going to be offering his followers from a content creation perspective. So if you guys have any ideas on like what you'd want to see as a consumer from his account, that sometimes when you're so close to the trees, you can't see the forest, Michael.
I was going to say, I think there could be value, like similar, talking about building point load media and like what it takes to launch a media business and like where the focuses should be. And
I agree. Like, I think my input is that there's limited value in the like, not limited value, like the craftsmanship stuff, right? Like keep doing that because it's like, I am a carpenter and you're good at it. Like, but then
I'm not trying to teach people, like I'm trying to showcase obviously better building, better materials, but I'm not like, I don't want to, one of the things I've always struggled with is a lot of brands and socials want to do a lot of DIYs. Like, I don't want to do DIYs.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, I've always thought carpenters should be left to the contractors and carpenters. Like, it's like, let's leave it to the professionals and we focus on, talking about products that homeowners, contractors can use, tools that homeowners and contractors can use, brands that they can work with, and that just ties all into PLM.
Yeah, totally. I think, something around like for you and your identity, I think it's definitely keeping stuff in there about better building practices.
For sure.
But then building PLM, trades advocacy.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think PLM could be like do a behind the scenes of right? It's like if mine is behind the scenes of PN and a little bit of like crossover with PLM, yours could be behind the scenes of PLM and then like a little bit of crossover with PM. That could be cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Tie them together.
Yeah, because I think like, there's similar stories that intertwine between the two where people are like, I'm just going to be an influencer. I'm going to start filming my business and like what goes into that and like creating the empire that we're building.
Exactly. Yeah. You even do stuff on like what it takes to actually film this, right? Like you could touch on that a little bit. Like it's not like whip your phone out and film yourself. Honestly, that's what I used to think. It was like you just kind of like whip your phone out and film yourself.
Yeah.
I like that.
And to touch on PLM, Point Load Media, for anyone who doesn't know our acronyms yet, but PLM.
There's nobody in here. It's just us.
But if they rewatch it.
There will be one day. But with PLM, like I really see it as the bar stool equivalent for the trades, for our tradies. And until we onboard more talent, I'm running into a little bit of a roadblock with what to post, because what I'm doing at the moment is repurposing other people's content just to give them like exposure on our account, and it is growing.
Yeah.
Like super fast. We're seeing like 2,000% growth in the past 2 weeks. So 2,000+% growth in the past 2, which is like amazing. So it's working, but just for like future projections and timelines, like I'd love to know what your personal goals are with PLM so that I can help you get there. But I see it really as our like diversity, like where we bring in other personalities outside of just the two of you. And I just don't know how to do that right now without actually having onboarded someone, a new talent, other than repurposing other people's content and like shining the spotlight on their humor or their great work or their like Woodbully's like, vote for me. So I'm like, okay, we'll help promote Woodbully. What do you guys think?
I think maybe I can start creating more content around like building building PLM and like around behind the content and like focusing on like, okay, media company, contractor, like the two worlds that I already exist in. It's like sharing that content.
Okay, I see you then. Okay, that just made me think, can I get you on other people's job sites? And not in a way that we're doing long format YouTube, but in a way that we're actually interviewing other business owners, other builders. And I know that they are technically Hummingbird Hills competition, but on PLM, we're not in competition with other people.
No.
We are unifying the trades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I don't want people to be turned away from PLM because we are also Hummingbird, because I want PLM to be like that abundance platform where we celebrate all trades, even the ones that we're competing against. Like, love you guys.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
no. Hummingbird is a separate thing. Like PLM and PN is about everybody in the trades and lifting everybody up. Even our like fiercest competitors for Hummingbird, I don't care. That's a Hummingbird competition. It is not a PN or a PLM competition.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great idea.
So like even like whether it's like me or Jenna, like or you, it really doesn't matter, because I already told Ian about this. I was like, Ian, I could get you to like go up on site. Like we could just like show up to a job site and be like, can I talk to the owner, or can I talk to the like head GC guy here? And Ian's like, it's not my style, but I feel like there's someone like interview style, because that's what sports, Barstool Sports does really well, is that they've inserted people all over different colleges, different campuses. And until we have more people, like we have to somehow.
Well, for now, I think we just lean into our contacts and the people we know, like that guy who's building near us, the British carpenter or whatever. We can go check out his site and interview.
Okay. Do you guys like that idea though, where you like just like kind of like surprise them? Maybe we like ask their permission, or sometimes authentically, maybe we do just like run the camera and surprise if we're walking past us. I don't know. But do you like the idea? Is all I'm asking.
Yeah, I like the idea. I don't know about the surprise, but I think like it's again shining a spotlight on the trades, and I think that's what that does.
Well, that guy interviewing millionaires and billionaires is surprising them.
It's not actually though, because
sometimes they say no. They show him getting shut down. They're like, no, sorry, man, love you, but like don't have time right now for you. Okay. And then he like doesn't interview them.
Fair.
So a little mix.
Okay.
I bet it's still staged. I can't believe it. I just
jaded, baby.
You got to toss some rejections in there to make it seem real.
True.
Yeah.
True.
This is AI. This meeting isn't even real.
Yeah. Okay, but Ian, do you like that idea? And Jenna, do you guys think that's like a way that we could diversify PLM without it just constantly being the same thing that we're putting on YouTube, which is Michael and Ian together? We like somehow bring in other trainings.
I like it. I'm just not comfortable doing it myself. But if Mike's cool doing it, then rock and roll.
Yeah, I'm cool doing it. And we can, because we're doing some stuff with Skills Ontario and Skills Canada moving forward. We should do a bunch of that with, not while the competitors are competing, but a bunch of interviewing the competitors.
I like the whole like how much do you make, right? Like how big is your business? How many employees do you have? Like those kind of obviously like you got to ask if people are comfortable talking about that kind of stuff and see if there's anything off limits. But those hit for sure. People are interested in that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I was gonna say, before we get any further, I know Jenna, you're probably jumping at the bit to get back to editing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Is there anything we want to touch base on with Jenna before we go? I feel like get that first. I know you submitted a first draft, but you're like, we need to keep going. So get that to a point where we can get it fairly polished.
Yeah.
And then we'll all review it and go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Can't wait to see it. Thank you, Jenna.
Yeah, thanks, Jenna. Remember, just get a little bit of sunshine today.
Yeah, I'll try.
It'll get easier when it gets warmer. See you, Jenna.
Yeah. See you,
Jenna. Lisa, on content, I know there's a lot. So I don't know if you've had time to look into that AI tool that I forget what it was called, the random dude that emailed me. Clap, like the clap. Just like pumping some of our stuff that we've already filmed into it.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it other than like when I did the initial investigation. I haven't looked into cost, pricing, and also like quality of bids, because with Riverside, so when I first got onboarded to Riverside, I had the expectation that it would be super easy to take clips from a larger thing, make multiple minis, and even take those multiple minis and put them together, like for a promo video. And it's surprisingly not as easy as I expected it to be for being the #1 software. So I just don't have high hopes for like a new, like even the clips that Riverside suggests aren't the good ones. They're not the highlights.
Yeah.
Like when I take the transcript and I throw it into like chat or Claude to be like, what do you think the highlights are? They are not compatible with what Riverside's suggesting. And I tend to agree more with the AI than with the Riverside app. So I just don't have high hopes, but I will get there. I think that now that I have my new computer, Riverside's also functioning a lot more efficiently. And so I'm able to whip up my own clips a lot easier from it. So still time consuming, still not as easy as just like throwing in a video and saying make clips, because then that's zero work.
Yeah.
That's like one step. I'm doing all the steps plus captions, plus audio tweaks. But
so
it is easier.
That just got me thinking in Frame. In Frame, you can you can transcribe. You can do a transcription just right in Frame. I don't know if you've tried this, but get a transcription, copy paste it into ChatGPT or Claude, and just say like, is there anything in here that's good?
Yep. So that's what I've been doing. That's how I got the I actually didn't do it from frame.io. I did it from Riverside. That's the only difference, was that I just copied it. It already was uploaded to Riverside, for example, because what I'm doing is going through your history.
Yeah.
Of
specifically on the podcast. Yeah. Okay. So all the other videos on Frame. Right. Yeah. We could do that.
And how would you want me to use those? Just for like quote cards, like outside of podcasts, just quote cards to be like,
see what ChatGPT says.
Saying.
I guess so. I'll leave that up to you, but yeah, I was just thinking that could be a quick way to assess these videos. is just take the transcript and dump them into one of the LLMs.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm not paying for Claude right now. I know Michael is, you pay for Chat.
Yeah. And Claude. I pay for both.
Is there a business one where like we're not?
We should look into it. You don't pay for anything yet. Wait until we get the float cards set up, which should be next week. I was chatting with Mel yesterday about that.
Yeah.
Once we have the float cards set up, then we should look at that.
Yeah, because I actually haven't done any research. I'm just assuming you've looked, but just to see if there's like a bundle, like a business bundle with like 5 accounts that can use. Oh, Michael says there is.
I'm sure there is. ChatGPT does. We've got it for Hummingbird. I'm sure Claude does as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then let's do that because I'm using free Chat and free Claude, but I'm gonna go through like if I'm copying transcripts, like that's like a lot of usage. So I'm gonna need like a paid account, but I just don't want to have us all individually paying if that's more money than just
no, that's silly for sure. Yeah. We'll I'll take a look at it once we have the flow card. So yeah, give that till sometime during next week.
Wicked. Yeah, that's great. I feel like because it's only been a week that I've taken on my new like responsibilities, like they've grown, and the computer just arrived. My phone's coming in 2 weeks, like because my phone's so old that it's like even working this technology has come so far since I got my phone like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not keeping up. So we're really gonna like pick up momentum now that the technology's, upgrading. And today my goals are podcast, launch, and then I really want to put together interview questions or like just question prompts for when we're together filming, just 2 of us. Please help me also like put together some of your thoughts that you're like, I'm itching to get this out, because we'll do that first.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that's probably it for today. A lot of podcasts. And then